Hello and welcome to our first full month at Botsford Elementary School in room 24. I hope your student is coming home every day and talking your ear off about what they're doing in class. We're doing very many exciting, interesting, and engaging things in the classroom. First and foremost, thank you so much to everybody who has donated boxes and snacks and supply for the classroom. You really have made an impact and helped so much, especially with our innovation project. Currently, I am making this video a few days before the students are done with their innovations for the Creativity Imagination project. And it is looking very, very cute, and some of them are really innovating some cool and neat things. On here, I will share with you what we're doing in class. I know capes were due this week, and I was blown away how cool and awesome they looked. Thank you so much for putting in so much hard work with your student, and I know that these took a lot of time. They're very, very beautiful. So those are beautiful capes. So this week's screencast, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's going on now and just some reminders. And also I had some parents ask some questions about the Clarinceville website, which I'll show you how to use that as well. So first off, just a few reminders. Make sure that planners are signed every day by an adult. This is my only way to communicate with you in case the website goes down and Class Dojo goes down. This is the only way we'll have to go non-technology days to communicate. It also is a great way for you to bring up some conversation at home as to what your student is doing. Second, please save Campbell's soup labels and box top labels and send them in. We are collecting those. Please make sure homework is coming back the next day and also has your student's name on top of it. Some of the work's coming back and students are not writing their name. It's really hard for me to find out whose paper it is when there are 22 no-name papers in the back. So please make sure that their name is on it every day. Everything up here has stayed the same. I have opened the spelling word lab tab. And before I talk about spelling, let me talk about what major changes happened. So this week on October 6th, we have opened up reading groups. Reading groups during RTI is when your student goes to a reading group that is at their level and they practice reading with the teacher. During this time, the teacher will give them homework, so expect more homework frequently. Some of the RTI teachers will give them daily, some will give them weekly, and some may not give it at all. So please check with your RTI teacher as to the homework schedule. Normally, the homework they give is just a reading passage where your child has to read out loud to you for a minute a day. So that's one of the many new changes. The second change is next week, the first day. Let's see on the calendar. The Monday of next week is the 12th. We will be switching from math groups. So same as RTI, we will have math groups divided up between the three third grade teachers. So expect homework from them. Each teacher does it differently. And also thank you for doing the survey. I have read some of them. And I know that I said I would make videos, but I was waiting for us to switch for the math groups because I have some students coming from Mr. Murphy's room and some students coming from Ms. Munson's, and I wanted to combine all of them together. So I did not make the videos yet. I'm going to wait until we start with math doing addition. Currently, we're just doing basic skills, things that your child and student should already be aware of, such as patterns, counting by twos. I have told the students that when we skip count, all the answers that we skip count for example, by 2, all the things that we say when we skip count by 2, those are answers for multiplication problems when you multiply by 2. So if you reinforce that, it will help make multiplication a little bit easier, and we'll be seeing that shortly. Anytime you can sneak something into what you're talking about for education, use it so that way it becomes easier for your student. So spelling words, I know we're off to week 5 here in spelling. And I do have some tips because I know some parents ask, my child's getting bored of just doing the spelling test at home, or they don't like it when I give them this. So here's some fun and engaging ideas. I'm just simply clicking on the part where it says download file. In the corner, it will pop up. And here will be a download of some of my tips and tricks I have used and collected over the years. Some are parents that have emailed me what they do and use, and I put in here for you. So enable editing, it's just easier for you to move up and down. So my first tip is taking candy, rather it's like the little candy hearts wrapped or unwrapped, and having your child spell out the word in candy. Use this for words that are hard. Students love to try this with their challenge words. So use words just like this and make them look like the picture below. Another thing that we're going to be using is muscle memory. Recently in an article, it talks about that our fingers have sensors in them, kind of like a memory of their own. And when your child uses something that has texture, like sensory, it will help your child remember their spelling words. So using a baking pan, a tray, or a tub just like this, put in a small lining of powdered sugar, sprinkles, or sand, whatever you have that has some type of texture to it, and have your student trace their spelling words in that. If you keep it in a big container like this, it contains them that. Sticking with the sensory idea, have your student write their spelling words in glitter glue on the first day, and then have them trace over it during the week, so that way it builds up their muscle memory in their finger. I tell parents all the time that students using their spelling words and using tools besides just their brain is kind of like a pitcher in baseball. They just don't wake up one day and decide to pitch. They have to learn the skill and practice it over and over again. And then eventually in their arms, they build up the muscle memory, and their wrists for how they throw the pitch correctly. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're using other memories to help build learning in your students. It makes spelling a little bit more fun. I saw last year that Cheez-Its was doing the Scramble Junior. It was pretty cute where they have the food that has letters imprinted in them. So this is just another way to have your students spell words. If you have the board game Scramble, you can always have your child play the game with you and make it a game night and use spelling words as some of the words. Legos is another one. This is my favorite one to do. This is kind of like the candy where they spell it out but using Legos. Another one is using blocks. You don't have to use the manipulative blocks like this. You can just use Lego blocks. You can either have your students spell out the words correctly using sounds or spell them out with letters. So if my child's spelling word was cat, I would give my student probably about 10 to 15 blocks. Don't give them the correct amount because that takes away from them knowing how many letters are in the word. And then on each block, I would have my students spell out a letter for cat. So on the first one be the C, the A, and then the T. Use a dry erase marker, and then they simply just wipe off. And students love building them because it's just something different than writing it on a piece of paper. Last year, I had a parent share with me that they play hangman with spelling words. So instead of the student just picking a random word, she had to pick a spelling word, and her family at home had to guess what word she was spelling. So that way she had to spell it correctly to know if they were getting part of the hangman or if they were going to get a letter on the game. If you have whiteboards at home, they're a huge hit in the classroom, but if not, if you have a Cool Whip container or Tupperware or plastic plates or a mirror, you can have your student use a whiteboard marker and write on there their spelling words. I heard last year a parent was allowing their student to use makeup like a lipstick and wipe it on the mirror, the spelling word, and then wipe it off. So if you're adventurous and like to use lipstick, that's fine, whatever works for you. I heard from Miss O'Callahan that they make these bubble bath markers where you can sneak into your child's learning to get them to clean your bathtub, because I know that's a job. You can have your child write on the bathroom wall or the tub while they're in the bathroom and have them spell out the spelling words. And then when they're done, they just simply wash it away with the water. When it's all done, it goes down the drain and it makes your bathroom smell really nice. So you can find those. Miss O'Callahan said that they were at Target, so you can pick those up. I believe Crayola makes them. So those are also fun to use too. I would like to use Spelling City, but unfortunately the parent that made my Spelling City for me last year took his account with him to 4th grade. So I am looking for a parent that's willing to do Spelling City. I will keep it on here and upload the words. I normally put the words here, but it's a little hard for me to do it every week. So I am looking for a volunteer if you're interested to type up the words on a Word doc and send them to me. That would be helpful. And if you're interested in making a Spelling City, that would also benefit the class. I added the websites on here now too, such as Prodigy, Raz Kids. Not every student has a Raz Kids. They will be given a Raz Kids passcode and a password if they have a login name. Extra Math, I need to send home the password, so expect this within the week. Khan Academy, I don't have accounts. I let parents choose if they would be interested in using this one or not. Has every subject and videos for your student to watch and learn about new subjects. And then, of course, Front Row, which was the homework that I sent home. So it generates the homework that we use in class. The last part of the screencast is I want to show you the Clarenceville webpage. So the most important thing I had parents ask about was the Botsford Buzz. So if you go to Botsford and you click on it, and you take your mouse and you scroll down here, the Buzz is actually on the side. So I know many of us were looking up for it to be on a tab, but it's actually down here, and Mr. Schiffman posts these weekly. So you can just click on the most recent one to find out what's going on at our school, such as picture day and count day, in case some of those notes don't make it home, because sometimes we forget in 3rd grade. Also, we have Parent PTA Best program is awesome. I recommend joining that. And then also we have our fun Harvest Fest coming up with information about Harvest Fest. So that's where you'll find the Buzz. As I said, it's posted there weekly, and other information about the school. I also discovered on the food service here a lunch menu. You can also click on this too on the Bobcat link, but I like going this way. And if you click on the lunch menu, we have a cycling menu, which was passed out earlier. It was in color. It was red background and a whole bunch of crazy colors. So every first Monday of the month is always going to be chili, and then it's going to follow this exact order. So we won't be sending home pages that look like this anymore. It's already sent home for you, where it tells you what it will be for lunch. And then there's always choice 2, which is down here. So you can have chili or a hot dog. And then we always have peanut butter and jelly too as a choice as well. A few reminders about the class now that we are in full swing, and I notice how many birthdays are coming up. We do have a student who has some allergies with peanuts and eggs. And I am asking if for a birthday snack or treat, if you're bringing anything in, if I could please have the ingredients a day or 2 in advance so I can give the ingredients to the parent, so that way they can make sure that this treat is safe for their child to be around. Please make sure that you are watching what your child comes to class with a snack, because we do have an allergy in the classroom that we just do not want to have anybody not feeling very well. So please be aware of that as well. My next screencast I'm going to be making is showing you how to use the website to set up conference times. The conference days have changed, so I will be making a screencast about how to set up and use that. So that's all I have for the month. I will be posting a video if I have anything else to say. Feel free to contact me. Make sure you sign up on the dojo so that way you know when we have homework. And make sure you keep signing those planners and turning them in. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on here, or if you know my email account, or on Dojo as always. Until then, I will see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.